Well, here are the finalists, and here are the gymnasts that those lads are up against. The masters of control, strength and explosive skill on this 12 by 12 metre square. This will be a final that's full of twists and turns, and with those two Brits in the mix, let's find out if Luke Whitehouse can make it a golden triple in more ways than one. So on we go then with the men's floor final. These individual specialists on this piece of apparatus, the top 8 from qualification. Nazar Chapurni kicks things off for us. Oh!
And just a toe out on that first very difficult somersault. The gymnasts are building difficulty, double twisting, double tuck. Each of these moves are given a value. The most difficult 8 add together to create the score. So we've had 3 huge tumbles already. Here we go again. 2.5 twist into straight front, but that's the second step out. And floor today is going to be won by the gymnasts who can land all their tumbles without error. That's the non-acrobatic section. New since the Olympics, the gymnasts have to add a balance. He was a little hesitant there, but picks up now into a big full twisting double back. That was very clean, beautifully done, but as the opening gymnast, there was a bit of few marks given away there.
Tentative, of course.
I think that's the word, Matt.
It's really difficult, isn't it, to be out there setting the benchmark, basically, for the rest of the gymnasts that are following here. 14.1 is what Chapurni scored in qualification.
Well, he was competing yesterday in the all-around competition, so gymnasts will start to get a little bit jaded, and the real apparatus specialists will come into their own now and be fresh. But it was very impressive with his landings yesterday, not so precise today, and he's down a little bit on his difficulty compared to the rest of the field, but a very, very light frame gymnast, and has got real good spatial awareness. There, the 2.5 twist, you could see he twisted a little bit early and then drifted to one side. And it doesn't matter how far he step out the floor, 1 foot will be a 0.1. And this was a really good non-acrobatic skills, as Christian was on about the flare work. And a big finish. Half in, half out.
So difficult, isn't it, when you've got the skill and it just doesn't come off for you like that. And containing all of that power is so difficult in that 12 by 12 metre square.
He was just a little bit offline on that tumble that went right out, wasn't he?
Big talent, only 22 years of age.
Feels like he's been on the scene longer,
It does, doesn't it? But we'll certainly be seeing a lot of him in the next few years, building up to the Olympic Games.
And we wait now for the judges to give their verdict on the score before the next gymnast performs.
It's brilliant when you get the specialists out here, because you can really see the difference between their difficulty and execution. You'll see 2 scores that come up on the scoreboard, and then both the difficulty and execution are added together. So 5-1 on the difficulty, 8.266 on execution, 13.166 is the first score to be posted by Ukraine's Nazar Chapurni. Chalking up now with a huge opening tumble of the triple back is Great Britain's Luke Whitehouse. So 22 years old. He qualified with the 4th highest score, but can he retain his title here? Luke Whitehouse going for gold number 3 at the Euros on floor.
Hold your breath. Oh, not too bad, chest down a little bit. It's a massive tumble, gives him huge difficulty. Double twist into double front, just that hop forwards. has the most difficult routine in this final alongside teammate and training partner Harry Hepworth. Really need to be precise on the landings. That was very precise. Double pike front somersault. This routine's getting better as it's going forwards. The balance, one of the new requirements on the floor. Big triple twist, that's good, nice and secure. Final tumble. He'll have to stick it. And he does! Well, a few little mistakes, errors at the start.
It's going to take some beating, that, though. It was a great routine from the lad from Leeds.
Fabulous work. You can see all the teammates down there clapping. He worked all around yesterday, so didn't finish until last evening in this competition arena and straight back on. And what a great performance.
I mean, as far as difficulty is concerned, him and his teammate Harry both have the hardest routines in the final.
Well, that was just a lovely tumble, wasn't it? We're so used to seeing him land the triple back without any steps at all, just a small pace forwards, made us gasp a little, but he built on that, and that was really the only error. Beautiful technique on all his work, lifts high, 2 twists, 2 somersaults, spots the landing, so disciplined with the arms.
Well, 3, I think, of the tumbles absolutely nail the landings. And I think you're right, because we're so used to him being so perfect, it was a bit of a surprise, that chest down on the first tumble, but big difficulty there, the triple back somersault. It should go into first place, but there will be a challenge, and I think his teammate Harry could see an opportunity.
Well, it's going to be mid to high 14s that's going to win this. 14.5 is a great score for Great Britain's Luke Whitehouse. 8-3 on the execution. Look at the difficulty score, 6-1.
Well, it lays the gauntlet down for the rest of the field, doesn't it?
Well, that's a big score, and that's going to take some beating.
It is, absolutely.
It's the difficulty that stands him out above the rest.
Well, this lad here is one of his main competitors, Lorenzo Min Casali of Italy. He was battling it out in the mixed team final where they got a bronze, but Lorenzo Min Casali is the highest qualifier. Great with his execution. He's down on the difficulty a little bit in comparison to Luke.
And he chooses to start the routine with the balance. Steadies himself. Up comes his first tumble. Super, oh, just that pace out. You lose a 0.1 for the step and a 0.1 for being out as well. So quite costly, but that was as clean as you like. Twists and double somersaults combined, and another precise landing. The gymnasts have to show their flexibility as well as their ability to balance. And as we said earlier, the 8 most difficult elements added to make the total difficulty score. That was a super 2.5 twist into straight front. He floats his tumbles. Oh, full twisting double back. Just a little scurry back there. Well, it had its moments.
There's going to be tense in this, isn't there, at the finish? There really is. It's going to be very, very close. Nobody's holding back. They're going all out. But it's those landings that are so vital, Craig.
Well, he had a 14.433 in qualification with a landing fault, a 0.1 out the floor, so it's replicated the same fault. However, it depends just what the judges think of the rest of it. He's a very stylish gymnast. This is a huge tumble. 2 somersaults with 2 twists in the straight position. And this was really nice. This is a combination bonus, so a double twist into a double front somersault. You get the bonus for each skill and also a bonus for joining the two together. And that's a very favoured skill. And we'll see a lot of that in this floor final. I would be surprised if it goes above 14.5. And I think it'll just be his difficulty. I think his execution is right up there. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I do think so. He's very stylish, isn't he? Look, all these tumbles, knees locked together, and there, chest right up. If the chest is pointing to the floor when you land, the judges deduct a bit, but he was really very clean on all those landings.
Well, we don't want to rush the judges, that's for sure. But the score is in. Now it's 13.966. Well, he's in second as it stands at the moment, but Great Britain's Luke Whitehouse leading the men's floor final with a score of 14.5. Next from Israel is Artem Dolgopyat. He's 27 years old, is the oldest competitor in this particular final. He's two-time European champion on this piece and a world champion back in 2023. And he also took the gold at the Tokyo Olympics on floor. So, a nervous wait for Luke.
Well, this gymnast have bags of experience. Double twisting, double straight. No mistake in staying inside the floor. If there's anybody that can challenge Luke in this competition, I was just about to say it would be this gymnast, but that's a deduction. Full mark. You can't come back from that. But look at the power down the side, double twisting, double back. Beautiful 2.5 twist into an immediate double front somersault. Lovely work down on the floor. Hovers above the area. Into the balance. Little bit of a wobble. And he didn't really hold that at all. Not the performance we're used to seeing at all from Dolgopyat. Big finish, but to me there were too many mistakes. He'll be down in 4th place. He'll be absolutely devastated with that performance.
What a shame. I mean, he was the second highest qualifier, Chris. And obviously, we were talking about his achievements throughout his career. He came here maybe with a, I don't know, maybe a little bit of expectation. Who knows?
Probably, and he's the other gymnast with the high difficulty score. So he's the one that could challenge, really, Luke with that 6-1. He's got a 5-8. But this tumble, as he took off, I thought, wow, he's going high on this. Here we are now. He went up for the double pike. He was so high and he just didn't have enough rotation. You have to pitch the height and the rotation and marry them so that you can land on your feet.
It's very difficult tumble that though in a piked position, isn't it, with a blind landing? I mean, the rotation.
The rotation you need for a pike is significantly more than a tuck, because if you feel like you've not got enough rotation in a tuck, you can squeeze your knees into your chest a little bit more. As you can see there, absolutely fine out the 2.5 twist.
Yeah.
But that's why you get a big difficulty.
The difficulty, sure, yeah.
Well, he went for broke. He went for broke and he didn't quite manage to hold it together. Big shame for him.
Yeah, the whole mark off on that sit down is going to be very, very costly. He shrugs his shoulders. I went for broke, it didn't come off.
The gymnast had it all, hasn't he? European, world, Olympic champion.
And he's 27.
And he's 27. Not bad at all.
No. Well, he will be way down the field, and he is. He's in 4th at the moment, 12.633 for Artem Dolgopyat. Well, a real challenge for a medal will come now from Great Britain's Harry Hepworth. He's just 21 years old. He's the 3rd highest qualifier for floor. Come on, Harry.
Well, he's negotiated the balance. And the huge first tumble, triple twisting, double back. Scurries to the next tumble, double twisting, double straight. Well, we haven't seen a flicker yet on those landings. Come on, Harry. 3.5 twist along the side path. Tremendous tumbling skill. But look, you can see he's great on the rings as well. That beautiful, strong position. And of course, the non-acrobatic moves are very important as well. But it's the tumbling that's the exciting bit. Oh, look at that. Twisting into double front. He just made it look so easy. And there's the triple. My goodness me, he's on fire today.
This is a huge routine, this.
Has to harness this. Harness this dismount, double twisting, double back, just a little bounce on that final tumble. But Harry Hepworth, that was magnificent.
Wow, well, surely he's going to be up on the medal podium, but the question is, what colour is the medal? Wow, his teammate and his gym mate. I mean, Harry and Luke are both from a club in Leeds, and oh my word, has Harry just nipped the gold from Luke?
Well, I think he might have done, actually. They matched on difficulty, and he didn't put a foot wrong, apart from the very last tumble, where he had that little bit of a kickback. And he's an immensely strong gymnast. As you alluded, Christine, he's in the rings final. He's brilliant on rings, and he puts that strength on the floor. It was just exceptional. We've seen sometimes when he does the double twist into the double front where he sit down, and he landed bolt upright.
Yeah.
And I would love to see his face from the other side, because I think he looked a little bit surprised.
His execution was fantastic. Luke's execution score was 8.3. They've both got the same difficulty. So this is boiling down to execution.
Absolutely, yes. Just the tenths from the E judges, how much they could take off the routine.
Look at Luke's face. They've grown up together. They train alongside each other.
I think he'll be sweating a little bit.
Well, he
there.
will. Well, Luke's hoping to get 3 in a row. European titles, but...
Fabulous performance.
14.366. It's second for Harry Hepworth at the moment. It's Leeds 1 and 2.
Wow, what a performance from both these guys.
Brilliant. There's 3 gymnasts still left to go in this men's European final. But Luke Whitehouse will be sitting a little more comfortably now. Just a bit. So Kevin Penev from Bulgaria is next to go. He's got a 5-4 on the difficulty, so in comparison to both Harry and Luke, this routine is not as difficult.
Oh, very nice opening tumble, clean. He'll have to go for the execution. This gymnast was born in the United States. Oh, and that's again that double pike front somersault. Catching a few out today, the full twist in the combination. That's better, drifts in the straight front, but you can see the difference in difficulty. Very smooth there. Wendy swing, circle. Opts to do his balance before the final tumble. Remember, it's just 8 moves now for these male gymnasts. Maximum of 70 seconds in the routine. Double twisting, double back to finish. Very clean gymnastics. It won't be enough to challenge the top 2, certainly with that fall.
No.
Great to see Bulgaria being represented again.
A very costly fall, that. These double fronts are so impressive, but unless you time it perfectly, there's very little opportunity to pull it round. Here's the double twisting, double straight. And I think this is the one where the mistake was made. You see, look, a full twisting front somersault up into a double pike, and he just didn't quite have the air time. You need to have the shoulders just over the feet to make that landing. Good, clean twisting and stylish work.
13.966 is a medal score at the moment, with two more still to go.
Double twisting, double back, the final tumble. But he's already given away one whole mark during that routine.
Yeah, I don't think it'll worry the top three.
So Great Britain's Luke Whitehouse leads ahead of Harry Hepworth in second. And then the Italian Lorenzo Mincaselli is in third at the moment with a score of 13.966. It's 12.866 for Kevin Penev. Still ahead of Dolgo Piat. So the next gymnast, the penultimate gymnast in this floor final, is Luca Giubellini, 22-year-old Swiss gymnast who scored a 14.066 in qualification. Again, slightly easier routine, so this is all going to be on execution.
Oh, and yet another gymnast to fall foul of that move. Usually in the finals, they're so secure that he spun that double straight beautifully. And quite a good balance. Several of them have found that very difficult. All these gymnasts, of course, so precise. Got such beautiful basic work. Lovely technique on their twisting, lovely shape on the handstand. So he's had the section, the non-acrobatic section, now he comes back with another big tumble, double pike, so this is two falls of this. He'll be very disappointed with this performance. Up into a good, strong double pike. Okay. Not what he would have hoped for today.
Big occasion for a young gymnast. I think nerves just got to the better of him a little bit there, Christine. Such a shame. Interesting, his father was in the '92 Barcelona Olympics. So no doubt he'll feel under a little bit more pressure as well.
We watched his brother last night in the all-around competition, so quite a family affair, but this was the opening tumble.
This is why the gymnasts get rewarded so well for this skill. The front somersault with the double twist is a tricky skill in its own right, but then having to land at the correct position to transfer that up into the air to rotate. I mean, he did the double tuck. In theory, that's easier than double pike and still struggle. So it just proves what a difficult combination, and it's worth all the bonus. So he won't challenge. So 1 and 2 will stay the same.
With one more to go. So I think Luke knows now that his title is safe. 11.6 for Luca Giubellini. That's because the last gymnast to go, Luca Morabito of Switzerland, he scored a 14.166 on the 5-7 on the difficulty. A great achievement for Switzerland to have 2 gymnasts in the floor final, just like Great Britain.
And the gymnasts in 1, 2 and 3 at the moment, sat there on the stalls. The third place gymnast looking anxiously on.
So on we go then with the last gymnast in this floor final. It's Luca Morabito of Switzerland.
Nice opening tumble, very secure. Lovely extension, fantastic spatial awareness. Oh, and again, didn't give himself a chance on the takeoff. That's much better. There's 4 gymnasts out of these 8 in the final have fallen on that combination skill. That's better, 2.5, drifts into a straight front somersault. Need to push down on the floor. Keep the legs and toes stretched. Stands up well on the final tumble, but too much too late. What a shame for the boys from Switzerland.
Look at the emotion on the face of Caselli. He knows he's going to take that bronze medal. But what an achievement for the British team, and what an achievement for Leeds Gymnastic Club.
Yes, the trio of coaches from Leeds of Andy Butcher, Tom Rawlinson and Dave Murray have got the right formula for success. And actually, I've been really impressed with the way that the Swiss gymnasts have improved, Christine. They've really come on over the past few years.
They have, but this, he just never took off, really, did he? You know, his centre of gravity didn't rise when he bounced off that floor.
I think his legs are a little bit soft, and you have to really put pressure in your legs. It's almost like a straight leg landing to get the rebound. And if you just hit it wrong, what happens? The floor will absorb all the momentum you've gained, and that's the momentum you need to put you in the air. That was the lowest of the double fronts attempt at that fall. You could see when he took off that he wasn't going to get round. But I'm sure he'll take that as a learning experience. You can see that he's probably going, that's never happened before.
Well, it is amazing.
12.866 for Morabito into 6th place. But there we have it confirmed. European champion for the hat-trick, Luke Whitehouse, and silver for Harry Hepworth of Great Britain as well. Coach Dave Murray there from Leeds, and actually for once he's smiling.
Well, when you see it all coming to fruition like this, you're definitely able to smile.
And the bronze for Italy's Lorenzo Caselli.
3 in a row for Great Britain's Luke Whitehouse, and what an achievement as well for Harry Hepworth to take that silver medal. It's not very often you see Great Britain up on the medal podium in the 1 and 2 position, but there you have a bit of history, and really it was never in doubt as far as Luke was concerned until Harry got to the floor. Tentative one, Beth.
Yeah, do you know, it was a great final to watch
Was,
because I think across all 3 days that we've had so far, there's not been that front runner where you're just like, oh, they're winning and we'll take second and third to look for. But for this final, it could have been anyone's, and they all had to go so clean. And Luke, fair play to him, to go up and set the standard, knowing that a lot of his rivals were coming up after him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're both coming from the same gym. Sam, what's the secret? What are they doing at Leeds that mean they can have 2 medalists at the European Championships on floor?
What an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
To have 2 gymnasts from the same club, let alone the same country,
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And we have to say as well that Jake Jarman is also one of the best floor workers in the world. So it's a competition just to get in the final for these guys on the British team.
Yeah.
For me, that was just incredible. And I think Luke's routine was a story of 2 halves, right? Mistakes in the first half, but the second half was almost perfect. He stuck every tumble, and me and Beth spoke about that 0.1 bonus for sticking that last tumble,
Yes.
which was really important in the outcome of the result and determining who finished in first and second.
I mean, just to put into context how difficult that triple back is as an opener. I mean, there's a reason why he does it at the start of his routine as a starter.
Oh, the triple back somersault is incredibly difficult, and we don't see many of them. They're more popular now, but it's very, very tricky to get just right because the timing has to be absolutely spot on. And knowing when to open out to land perfectly is very difficult, and Luke does it so well because his legs are very close in the air when he does the somersaults. A lot of guys don't want to take the risk of pulling their legs quite wide and taking those deductions, but for him, he does it so cleanly that it's worth that risk. Even with that step forwards, he was able to build his difficulty so high and finish on the top of the podium.
And Beth, you know what it's like to sort of carry the weight of expectation. You know, he's going up there trying to win 3 golds in a row. I mean, he did ever so well, didn't he, just to remain composed in that situation?
He did, because 2 years ago he was the unknown, and it's a lot easier to chase the champion than to beat the champion because suddenly everyone's watching you. What are you doing? What's your performance? So I think it probably played into his favour to be further up the beginning of the final because he could kind of set the standard. What I love about Luke's routine is the variety.
OK, well, we're going to hand back to Craig and Christine for the medal ceremony as Lorenzo Min Caselli steps up to receive the bronze medal. Let's go over to the lads over and see them over in Leipzig getting their gold and silver.
Yes, we join us now. He's going to present the silver medal to Harry Hepworth for Great Britain, 14.366.
Auf dem ersten Platz, Gewinner der Goldmedaille und Europameister 2025. In first place, winner of the gold medal and European champion 2025. Representing Great Britain, Luke Whitehouse.
So for the 3rd time in a row, Luke Whitehouse becomes the 2025 European champion on the floor with an emphatic performance.
European Gymnastics Executive Committee member.
And as they're presented with their medals, what an amazing performance to achieve that title 3 times in a row. Just missed out on a medal last year at the Olympic Games. He'll be working hard for this next 4 years to be able to keep his dominance on this floor exercise.
And a fantastic result for Lorenzo Caselli of Italy to hold on to the bronze medal.
Harry Hepworth with an amazing silver.
The national anthem of Great Britain.
Congratulations to Luke Whitehouse and also Harry Hepworth. The last time the triple was done,
as far as the gold medals are concerned on floor, was the early 60s. So Luke Whitehouse joins Franco Menicelli. It's an exclusive club, that one. Fantastic. What a floor final we've seen there. So let's indulge, shall we, in their routines, because why not? We've just won 2 medals at the Europeans. We'll start with Luke. I know we spoke about the triple back to begin with, Sam, but if you just want to talk us through Luke's routine and why it is so special. I mean, it's 6-1 on the difficulty to begin with.
Yeah, the difficulty in Luke's routine is huge. The difficult part of doing that is obviously maintaining your composure and landing all of those skills. But for me, I was really interested in how well Luke could control that difficulty, and then his competitors, what they were going to do. I knew that Harry was going to have that 6-1, so he matches him in difficulty. But Artem Dolgopart, I wasn't sure whether he was going to up his game. He only did a 5-8, and I think in the end, he went to try and out-execute Luke and Harry, and it didn't pay off for him. And Luke doing this routine, he's had to change the construction. Now we're doing 8 skills instead of 10.
Yes.
But he's still managing to cram in so many tumbles and so much difficulty. And the one thing Luke's done brilliantly this year is control the connection tumble. So when you see that double twist into the double front early on, 4 of the gymnasts in this final fell on that tumble, but Luke is managing to perform that really consistently.
It's interesting as well, Sam, that he's opted to put his balance in the middle of the routine to maybe get a bit of a breather, because it is so full on, this routine.
Exactly. I think he's racing through. You've seen him do 6 or 7 tumbles in this routine, so that little breather at the end to compose himself worked, because he then was able to stick that dismount. And I think that was his 7th tumble. And so to stick a double-double, which was a tumble we'd see as the first tumble just 5 or 6 years ago, that's his last tumble. It really says a lot about where we've come in terms of the difficulty and what the new code is doing to these performances.
And he had a little moment in the middle of the routine. Do you think that would have made him then chase the gold more? Would that have settled him? Would he have been waiting? I mean, you know what it's like when you're up there in the middle of a routine. When you have a moment like that, does it refocus you, or does it make you think, oh, it's gone, so I might as well just enjoy it?
I think it goes one of 2 ways. And I've been in that situation in a floor final at Europeans where the first tumble, you take a big step and it just keeps happening and you can't control those landings. You almost try too hard. But for Luke, what's happened is, and that's why I said it was a routine of 2 halves, he's made those mistakes in the first half, but something switched in his mind, and I think he's almost gone, wait a minute, I can still get something from this. And he's just gone out and tried to perform as best as he possibly can, and he stuck all 3 of his last tumbles.
And I mean, it's a big change now, because there, as Sam suggested there, now there's only 8 of the top moves instead of 10. So actually the routines are shorter, so there's less chance actually to pull it back, isn't there now?
Yeah, the construction, the women's gymnasts have had the 8 skills for quite a while. So the men over the past kind of 6 months have really had to switch the mindset of consolidating their routines. They haven't got as much time. But with that comes less execution, because you're not doing as many skills. I think you were right, it was a routine of 2 halves, and having that balance just gave him a bit of time to compose himself. But he also knows he's got a huge difficulty compared to most of the field. Obviously, Harry had exactly the same difficulty. So although he had that step on that first tumble, he had the knowledge that actually that doesn't put him out of the game straight away. So he had every 10th to fight for, and he sure did. And that landing on that dismount is, for me, that's what, when I watched Harry's routine, I thought straight away Luke had won it because of that stuck dismount.
Yeah, and well, we think Luke is going to be coming over to chat. Not sure if Harry will or not, because he, of course, has a rings final as well. So on a morning like this, Sam, how do you prep for 2 finals that really are very, very different, aren't they?
They really are, but I think even though they're so young, they're already so experienced. They've competed at an Olympic Games, both of them. And I think for Harry, because he tends to specialise on those 3 apparatus, he's well versed in being able to prepare for one final and then switch straight to the next one. He's done that on multiple occasions now, and I think he's really good at switching his mindset depending on the apparatus you're in. You know, he spoke there about on floor maybe not being able to control it. On rings, you've got to be intense and strong and really be very powerful.
Well, he's obviously quite chilled, because he's gone over to Betty Glover to have a word. So let's hand over to Betty, who's in Leipzig with 2 European medalists. Betty.
Luke, you are back-to-back European champion, the first male GB gymnast to win 3 European titles in a row. That must feel pretty good.
It's unbelievable. To be honest, I'm lost for words. I knew it was possible, but to come out and do that today, I couldn't be prouder.
How hard is it mentally to sort of have to go out there and defend your title instead of being the new kid on the block?
Yeah, I think it's another level, but I don't know, I tried to thrive off that pressure, and I don't know, I went out today and just did my routine that I always do, and yeah, by that third tumble I was like, oh no, I need to start sticking things.
What was it like? What was going through your head? Because obviously yesterday you didn't have the competition that you wanted, so you went out there today, you knew that you had to nail it. Did that add another layer of pressure?
I don't think so. I tried to put yesterday behind me. Super proud of my floor routine and my rings routine from yesterday, so yeah, I just took that experience from yesterday into today, and yeah.
Well, you are European champion. That is unbelievable. Well done. Harry, let's come over to you because you've won that silver medal. Talk us through your routine.
Well, I was quite nervous going into it, but, you know, we deal with this pressure a lot. So I just went out there, left it all out there. And
look, you two are teammates as well, aren't you? You both are at Leeds. What's the secret? What's going on at Leeds?
we're just Northerners. We're hard. We're tough. That's it. That's all it is.
And look, you are competing in the rings final later as well, aren't you? You're going to have a little rest and then you're going to go out there and compete. How are you feeling ahead of that one?
I'm really excited. Every ring routine, I just try to get that little bit better, and today's another opportunity to do that, so I'll leave it all out there once again on rings.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Well done both. Congratulations.
Thank you.